Football awash with Guardiola exit talk as Man City planned for life without him. We will know in a matter of weeks whether Pep Guardiola's reign at Manchester City has run its course. The industry is awash with talk that the legendary Spaniard will step down in the summer, with BBC Sport hearing similar soundings, with former Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca among the leading candidates to replace him. As things stand, there is no confirmation from the Etihad club over Guardiola's immediate future. Until then, there remains an element of mystery over a manager who has unarguably become a Premier League icon, and the small matter of a Premier League title race and FA Cup final to navigate. But if this does turn out to be Guardiola's last stand, City believe they are in good shape for life without their legendary manager. The mere thought of transition can be enough to strike fear into any football club, particularly one that has been as successful as City in recent years. Old habits die hard when winning becomes the norm, but sometimes key decisions are taken out of your hands. At Etihad Stadium, there are clear signs of evolution. On the pitch, a host of new players have arrived, while stalwarts Kevin De Bruyne, Kyle Walker, and Ederson have left. In the executive team, long-serving sporting director Cheeky Begaristain has departed and handed the reins to Hugo Viana. In attracting players, City have leaned heavily on the unique selling point of working with Guardiola. They can still use his aura to their advantage, but no longer to the same extent. For example, the January transfer window heralded encouragement, not necessarily because Antoine Semenyo and Marc Guéhi strengthened their squad, but more that the marquee acquisitions show City are maintaining their power base in the transfer market. BBC Sport looks at the club's evolution and why the January window has offered renewed belief at City that change and ambiguity over their manager's future will not derail their efforts to deliver success. City faced tangible uncertainty over Guardiola. When Guardiola signed a new 2-year contract in November 2024, the perceived doomsday scenario of his departure at the end of that season was prevented. At the time, the club's greatest ever manager had just over 6 months left on his contract. Now he has 12 months left on his deal, but that does not tell the full story. The football industry has been rife with speculation over Guardiola's future, although City's perspective is talk of him departing this year is just that, speculation. Unsurprisingly, it would be City's preference for him to stay for as long as possible. The 55-year-old continues to publicly insist he loves working at the club and has shown no clear outward indication that he is preparing to leave. But sources have told BBC Sport there is tangible uncertainty over whether Guardiola will see out the final year of his contract. The expectation is a decision on whether he stays will be made towards or after the end of the season, and if Guardiola does stay, it is seen as improbable that he will renew his contract. It is fair then to deduce we are likely to be at the beginning of the end of his trophy-laden tenure in the blue half of Manchester. City have been working to compile a plan to replace Guardiola. There is a familiarity and logic to the appointment of Maresca that makes him an attractive proposition to City. First and foremost, he has impressed as a coach, leading Leicester to Premier League promotion as champions in 2024, before taking Chelsea to Champions League qualification plus the Conference League and Club World Cup titles in his only full season at Stamford Bridge. He knows City, having firstly worked at the club's academy for a season in 2020, before joining Guardiola's staff in June 2022. Maresca has won at City, leading the elite development squad to the Premier League 2 title in 2021. The Italian was part of Guardiola's staff when they lifted the Champions League, Premier League, and FA Cup in 2023. The fact Maresca is represented by renowned agent Jorge Mendes, who has a close relationship with Viana, is a pertinent factor too. Elsewhere, Vincent Kompany looks to have all the hallmarks of a future City head coach. The Belgian remains a revered figure at the Etihad, having captained the side during part of Guardiola's trophy-laden reign. But Kompany recently signed a new contract at Bayern Munich that takes him to 2029 and seems committed to the Bundesliga outfit. Other potential contenders may include Xabi Alonso, who was out of work, and Como manager Cesc Fabregas, who was developing a reputation as one of Europe's best emerging coaches.